Here we have a new 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse. This one comes in the race red paint, and then we also have the black cloth with vinyl and blue accent stitching interior. Powertrain consists of a modified, naturally aspirated 5-liter V8 engine, and that's mated with a 10-speed automatic transmission. Absolutely love how this one is spec'd out. To the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights. Lights don't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up, but just a really aggressive front end. Love, again, how everything's blacked out in the grill. Just, it's a sick looking car. Now down here to these wheels, these are gonna be 19-inch aluminum. And then we also have the Brembo brake calipers. And that's just a nice look there. I love how they match the paint of the car. Door panel here, power door lock controls, one touch up and down windows on the front, power mirror controls there, trunk release, headlamp controls, hood release. You do get a manual tilt as well as telescoping steering wheel. But here's our power driver seat, power seat back, or power seat bottom, excuse me, the two-way power lumbar support, manual seat back, we can adjust there. And then there's a look at the back seat there itself. Not gonna try and fit back there, would not be comfortable for me. I'm 6'3", but I wanna give a huge thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, one of my favorite things about the Dark Horse is gonna be this exhaust. This exhaust system is just menacing, aggressive. It's loud, I love it. But LED taillights on the back. Love the spoiler there. Excuse the bird poop. I didn't want to take it through the car wash because I didn't want to mess anything up, but there's a look at the back, the cargo space. Lift this up here, inflator kit. And there's the look from this side. You can fold the seat down. See if I can show you that real quick. It's kind of a haggle, but here we go. You gotta pull the strap on either side, and that's how the seat folds down there. You do have top tethers for the car seats, excuse the glare, right up there where that plastic cover is. And you just flip that up and then you can install it there. And then you do have your lower anchors right there. I'm gonna try to adjust this back so you can kind of see the seat in its entirety. But I love the black and blue two-tone. A lockable glove compartment there. And then I'm gonna show you all the window sticker. You can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at anything. Without the tint up front, it comes through pretty good. Now this does come with a lifetime warranty, so if you come get it from Ford Lincoln or Franklin, make sure you ask them about that. Because it's great to have on this 5-liter modified, naturally aspirated V8. Tons of air being pushed around this thing to keep it cool. And then I'm just gonna show off the blinkers before we hop in. So it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but there it is. And it doesn't dance like that when it's still, but it does do that kind of like 3, 2, 1. I don't know why I just did that with my fingers, but it does that little dance there. You can see it here better on the front turn signals. Well, let's hop in here. Gotta move this seat back. There we go. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the infotainment system, we do get our AM, FM, XM, and then we also have Bluetooth audio, and on top of that, you get wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. And you can see that when I go over here to the apps section. shows that there. And then in our features, we have driver assistance we can set up here. So cruise control, you can set that up to have the lane centering on or off. And I love that we get lane centering on a Mustang. It's just fantastic. I clicked that already. And then in the settings here, general settings, this is where you can find your language. You can change units of measurement for temperature, miles, the speedometer, tire pressure units. So you can do all that individually, which I like. And you have access to the maps. I think you need a full-on subscription to actually use everything that's available to you. Heated steering or heated seats, 3-stage here, driver, front, passenger, heated steering wheel toggles there, dual zone automatic climate controls, and then you can actually pull up the fan direction here, set that to max, or set the dual right there if you so choose. And then fan speed can be adjusted right in here. Now it was 30 degrees this morning and now it's almost 70, so I'm getting kind of hot just because, Tennessee weather, you gotta love it. Backup cameras here, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel, and then you do get the rear park assist, so it'll kind of beep and give you color changes depending on how close you're getting to whatever's behind you. It's not gonna show me now, of course, but down here, my Mustang, you can pull that up, and then you have access to the auxiliary gauges. You have the track apps, custom mode, you can set that up. The cluster theme, you can do that. Have it match the drive mode, where you have those different looks there. And then you can also adjust your exhaust here. You can barely hear the difference, but there is one. Traction control, hazards, and then you have a favorite button, that you can set up there. USB-C, USB-A duo right there, 12 volt. And then for the shifter, hit the brake, push this in, reverse, neutral drive, manual, and then you can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to go through that manual mode. And then depending on what gauge cluster you have up, you can see on that left-hand side, it shows me the gear, but also always in this bottom part of the gauge cluster in the middle. Now I love Ford's new parking brakes. They're pretty neat. Now it is electronic, but if I pull up here like an e-brake, it'll just set the parking brake like that, and then to push it down, you just, while your foot's on the brake. And it's pretty easy to do. So I really like that. It still gives you like that feeling that you could drift this thing. The bottle holders are there. Center console cubby space has another 12 volt in there. There's a look at the back seat from up here. Sunglasses holder, lights, and then the vanity mirror. The back up front here, left side stock blinkers, high beams, and then our intermittent wipers over here. We do get automatic wipers, so one time off, auto, low, high. We can adjust that auto frequency here and then pull up here for the fluid. Now to the left side of the steering wheel, cruise control, turn that on there. You can set the gap by pushing that button. And then we have the speed limiter there. Set your speed, cancel, resume, lane keeping system, toggle that there. And then your drive modes can be gone through here. So you can see normal, sport, track, drag strip, slippery, custom. And then to the right side of the steering wheel, you can always change your steering feel to be different compared to the drive mode. So I always like to keep the steering in sport, whether I'm in normal mode, track mode, whatever. And then you can use voice recognition here, track list, radio station presets here, volume there, and then these three buttons here go through the middle part of the gauge cluster. So tire pressure monitors, your gauge detail, driver assistance, and then when applicable, you can hold this OK button to reset. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. We also get the B&O sound system. You can tell by right there, there's the emblem for that. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Mustang Dark Horse out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Mustang Dark Horse, this exhaust is just something else. It feels so strong, so aggressive. This car is just so agile, fun to drive. But it's fast. It's freaking fast. And that's one of the things that I love about the new Mustangs. They just, specifically the Dark Horse, it's just nasty. Just the sound you get, the pulls that you can do with this thing. It's just a lot of fun. And in the sport mode, I mean, this car is gonna ride stiff. It's meant for track use. It's meant for very, very sporty driving. So it doesn't necessarily float down the road, but relatively comfortable with these cloth and vinyl seats. I like that the driver's side is adjustable in terms of the seat bottom. The seat back is not as adjustable because it is manual, but not really a big deal. I just had to give it a little something before we did the interstate pull. I just couldn't help myself. Now the 10-speed is pretty quick to shift. It's pretty quick to catch up on what you're doing. But the manual mode is just, it gives it the more, I guess, swift, more controlled shift points as opposed to relying on the computer. Now this thing did just pop when it was trying to figure out what's going on, so that's pretty nice. Now the car can be a bit loud because of that droning exhaust. It's nothing that really bothers me. I don't feel like it's over aggressive or anything. It's what most Mustang buyers want, but it's so strong, and where the car is so, you know, the radio's not on, there's not a lot going on there. The exhaust is right there. The engine's right in front of you. It's a very visceral driving experience, I think, but in very good way. So I have the car in the normal mode, so the steering's normal, suspension's in that normal setting. I will say it's a bit more comfortable because I know this road like the back of my hand, so even though it's still bouncy, it's not as stiff as that sport mode is in terms of the suspension. But what's crazy about this is it's still a fast car, even in this city driving here. As I can tell, like, I'm passing people certain ways and people will try speeding up. It's really nothing for me to pretty much smoke anybody out here that's not trying to thrash their vehicle. And it's just funny because this just pulls without really trying, without giving it maximum throttle. I don't really have to downshift to pass anybody. in this city traffic here. And you might have to downshift once probably to do it on the interstate, but for the most part, I mean, this thing keeps up with just how much power it's putting out, how much air it's sucking in, and with how thirsty it is. You can just, again, give it throttle without having to shift and still get going. So it might be my lucky day. I'm going to be able to give it a pretty good pull. I'm not going to floor it, but I'm going to give it something. Here we go. So pretty effortless there. This thing has 9 miles on it, so I don't want to give it everything, but that was a little something, and it still was gone. It's just, the acceleration is insane. Now I want to give one more thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I absolutely love the Co-Pilot here. It's so nice to have on longer road trips. You're getting 22 miles a gallon, so it's not the most efficient thing to drive for longer distances, but when you do have to be in the interstate, just having the lane centering is a huge plus in my opinion. But overall, for what you get here, there's really nothing that's left to compete with it. The new Charger, if you want to wait till 2027, I think they just announced they're going to be I don't know if it's true or not, because I didn't do that much research on it, but there's supposed to be an SRT variant bringing back the V8. Camaro's no longer here, so the Mustang's really the last man standing in terms of the American muscle legacy, and it still does not disappoint. If I could afford to have one of these as an extra car, I wouldn't hesitate to buy one. I'd probably make sure mine was loaded out close to an 80 grand sticker as opposed to the 68, but in terms of a sports car, phenomenal, fantastic, fast, quick, fun, cool. It checks all the boxes. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Mustang Dark Horse.